I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, I'm speaking with Charles D. Rayford. He is the author of a powerful book. It is called The Secret of Dreams, Paralysis. It is a gripping thriller about identity, mystery, and corporate secrets. In the book, Lori Segrin, an investigative journalist trapped in the body of a business tycoon, must unravel the dark truths hidden within her sister's company. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Charles, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
It's good to be here, Logan. Good to be here.
This is such an amazing, terrifying world you have created, a world of sleep, death, and paralysis. I know we fear death and paralysis, and sometimes we fear sleep as well if we're going to have horrible dreams or something. So
Oh yeah.
come up with the idea for this unique world.
Well, the interesting thing is I was studying Gnosticism and learning about, the outside souls and how we exist before we come here.
Mhm.
And then I started like thinking about, multiverses and all that kind of stuff. And I just started thinking, it would be kind of cool if I came up with a story where, someone transfers their consciousness to like a different universe and they're a different person, like they're the same person, but they have a different life. Everything's completely, different from the world that they came from. Different histories happened, different events, stuff like that. And at the same time, I thought about sleep paralysis and how that would be interesting to tie that in. And then everything kind of started coming together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Give us an overview of the story. Tell us the story briefly. Once upon a time, there is a girl, or however you want to start it.
Well, basically, the main point of the story is you have a company that's experimenting with paralysis and sleeping. And they've discovered that there's other universes and that you actually exist in these other universes. Your dreams are you actually dreaming that person, like the other version of you in another universe. And through this knowledge, they learned how to transfer their consciousnesses by traveling through the astral plane and getting into these other dimensions or universes, I should say.
Amazing, amazing. Have you envisioned the story perhaps as a movie or a TV show? It's so visual. It kind of is calling out for that, I think.
Sure. Sure. Secret of Dreams Paralysis has a lot of potential to be a live action anything, you know.
Mhm.
And I think that really what the story focuses on mostly is the idea of what the astral plane is and what the paralysis demons actually are. And I think that's an interesting concept to bring to television, but it's been kind of been done a little bit. But I think it's interesting to bring it in the way that the way that I wrote it, where you can transfer your consciousness and go become a different you in a different universe, that kind of thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is this book going to be part of a series? It feels like it's got series
Yes,
potential. Okay, tell
yes.
us about the series. Give us an overview of that. How many books do you envision and so forth?
So far, I really want to do only three,
Mhm.
and I got the first one down. The second one I haven't started working on yet because I'm still currently writing my Godly series books. So I'm but the next book will be called Nightmares.
Yeah.
And it's gonna focus on what nightmares are. Because like I said, like when you're dreaming about yourself, you're just dreaming about you in the other universe. But when you have nightmares, that's actually something different.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For the folks at home who haven't seen our earlier interview, tell them a little bit about the Godly series.
So the Godly series is a series about gods and goddesses from like every mythology, and they all work to protect their dimensions. And there's some gods and goddesses that want to invade and try to take over, and uh, basically the whole thing leads to a big interdimensional war, which is what the Godly series is.
And how many books are in that series again?
So far, there are a total of 6 books in that series.
Interesting. It's a great series, folks. If you haven't watched our earlier interview, I recommend it because you'll learn all about Charles's book in the Godly series. This book, The Secret of Dreams Paralysis, is quite amazing as well. One of the things I liked about it was it was more than kind of, it is sister against sister. Is there a reason why you decided to have that as part of the dynamic?
Well, in the story, you learn that Lori and Stephany are actually close,
Hmm,
and that the version of Lori that you originally meet, different universe that was against her, but they actually weren't sisters in that universe.
hmm.
Now, the concept of it though is that what they're actually trying to do is they're trying to get onto the astral plane to bring somebody back to life. But it's one of those concepts where they're messing with something they don't understand.
Exactly. Tell us a little bit about the company Next Level Advancements.
So, Next Level Advancements was a company started by Stephany's father,
Mhm.
and ultimately, it's a tech company. So, they develop different systems for satellites and systems for like your cell phones and cars and stuff like that. And at the same time, they do dark experiments with paralysis and things like that.
Exactly, exactly. Also, another compelling part of the book is Lori's transformation from an investigative journalist to a business tycoon. It raises questions about her identity and perception. Tell us a little bit about developing the character in that way.
So Lori was always going to be the main villain of the story, and her character development was mostly the idea of the consciousness transfer. I wanted to have this woman who starts off one way, believes her life is one whole way, and then gets forced into this machine, and her mind gets transferred to where all of a sudden now she's somebody else, and she has to, like you said, she has to figure out who she is here, and and eventually unlock her memories.
Yeah. What do you hope readers take away from the book? What do you hope they learn from it? I mean, it's obviously entertaining, but is there a message there for the reader and the viewers at home listening?
I would say that it was mostly just to entertain,
Mhm.
but if there's a message to take away from the story, it would be, don't mess with things that you shouldn't.
Yeah. Exactly, exactly. Where do you see the series going? Where do you think you'll begin part two? And where do you think the story arc will take us?
A little bit of what I plan on doing with the nightmares is I plan on taking a guy who's just an all around bad guy, and ultimately he's gonna get sent to jail, but he's gonna end up getting taken out of jail by a different company that's not Next Level Advancements, and they're gonna be trying to do what Next Level Advancements was doing, but they're gonna be working on the other side of the spectrum with nightmares, and they're gonna be experimenting on him and trying to basically use his memories to create alternate nightmares.
Sounds great. Sounds compelling. Can't wait for the sequel to come out or the third book in this trilogy. The name of the book we've been focusing on today is called The Secret of Dreams Paralysis. It is a gripping thriller about identity, mystery, and corporate secrets. In the book, you'll find out about Lori Segrin, an investigative journalist trapped in the body of a business tycoon who must unravel the dark truths hidden within her sister's company. It's a great read. Hollywood, if you're listening, this would be an awesome TV series or movie, and there'll be lots of material to choose from because this book will be part of a series. Charles, thanks so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
I was glad to have the conversation. Logan, thank you for having me.
Great having you back on the show. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.